Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
Back again with another one.
Yes, sir, bro. And before we get started on today's topic, as always, viewers, make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Look out for us. We're going to look out for y'all. Keep dropping this entertaining content. Me and Peach going back and forth, whether it's him believing that the Bucks are going to be the Super Bowl champions next year, or that DeAndre Ayton is better than Luka, or that DeAndre Ayton is better than Luka. We're gonna keep giving y'all these takes, so make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and hit that bell too when you get a chance.
Watch the handle, it takes skill. We gotta run it back. We in the field, and you said it takes that. You in your field, we looking for the facts. Let's keep it real, yeah, we talking no stats. Yeah, we talking no stats. Yeah, we talking no stats.
Bro, before we jump in, I just want to say happy belated birthday to my brother Bleak. He just turned 55.
Don't let him know the real age.
We were supposed to record, and this man was trashed.
Oh, lit. Man.
But nah, bro, how was the birthday before we get started?
The birthday was good, man. I now that I'm getting older, the little things kind of make the birthdays what it is now. So, I grabbed some Chick-fil-A, watched some Creed 3 with my lady. Man, I spent a lot of time with my daughter. I'm actually at work that day on my birthday. So the biggest surprise, though, was my brother coming through the crib with a thing of Bacardi and 2 Coca-Colas. So that kind of threw me off.
The bottle was gone?
Bro, it wasn't gone, bro, but I had a couple of them joints. I was feeling nice. I was like, yeah. Feeling nice, man.
Nah, I'm glad you enjoyed it, bro. That's what's up.
Appreciate you, good brother.
Over this past weekend, bro, I'm chilling. I had a nice little vacation. And I didn't get to watch that first game of Wemby's performance. I think I caught glimpses of it. I didn't watch it in entirety. But then I seen his press conference. And I'm paraphrasing here. I don't remember the exact quote. But he said, I didn't really know what I was doing out there. I'm still learning. That bothered me so much, bro. And then the post the post that I see, the ESPNs, the Bleacher Reports that that are reposting the quote, they got like prayer hands and like Wemby's being honest. You gotta love it. I'm like, what is going on? Why are we praising that, bro? At the end of the day, bro, it's basketball, man. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't understand. I didn't really know what I was doing out there, and I wanted to get this video in before he had a good performance. Because his second game, he turned it around, and I'm not knocking his skill set or nothing like that or his potential. But I thought that quote rubbed me the wrong way in so many ways. You're the number 1 overall pick. It's this hype that you're the best prospect or even better than LeBron James coming out of high school. And if LeBron James said I didn't really know what I was doing out there, it would still be going on even after game 2. So it's only right that I give that same energy to Wemby. Horrible performance, horrible mentality. Not that I got to keep learning. I get the thing, you got to keep learning, right? You're young. But I didn't really know what I was doing there as basketball. I mean, if you play in the summer league, bro, you going to know what you're doing.
Nah, absolutely. I think it's I think the Wemby situation is weird. I think what the media is doing with the way they put him on a pedestal and comparing him to the greatest prospect ever since LeBron James, I think that's creating a sense of I don't want to use the word hate, but it's creating like this group that's just like they kind of like want to see the kid fail, and he's still like figuring things out. The transition from playing over there in France, I think who broke this down very well, I think it was Michael Porter Jr. But he said, like, you go over there, you're just playing basketball over there in France with no hype, none of the extra shit. And then in 24 hours, you're drafted. Now you got all these cameras following you. You got all these people worrying about what you're doing. You get into a fucking incident with Britney Spears. It's just like all this shit, and the dude ain't even been in the NBA in like 2 months. Then for him to follow that up with 9 points, 8 rebounds, 4 blocks. I mean,
2 for 13 from the field. Got dunked on. No, we know stats. Let's talk about getting creamed on and just the horrible optics of the game. He didn't look like a number 1 pick.
And I was saying that until I was like, damn, this kid's probably dealing with a lot. As far as like the adjustment period. And I think that's where kind of like the quote came from. Like he didn't know what he was doing. I think he's not necessarily just talking about the game. I think it's the outside shit, bro, that can kind of like, seep in. Like when you coming in with all that type of hype, they're comparing you to LeBron, bro. Bro, I'll be out there. I'm out there shaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, get the cameras away from me, man. But I like the follow up. I think he's in a great situation in San Antonio. They're gonna be able to bring him along. I don't think they expect this team to make the playoffs next year. When I'm gonna say this, when he adjusts, like when he gets used to this NBA pace and the physicality, I think it's a couple things that he have to figure out when they put like, smaller, stockier guys on him. You know what I'm saying? That first game, he was like kind of fading out off the pick and rolls instead of rolling hard. But I think in the second game, he did a better job of getting to his spots, using his height, not doing too much, taking what the defense gives him. Bro, once he figures this shit out, bro, somebody get ready to get on the Wemby train.
So let me just say something to one of the points you made. I agree that it's going to take some time. I'm not saying come out here and drop 40. We see this with the international players, Jokic, right? It was that period before he entered superstardom. Giannis, it was that period before he entered superstardom. But the hype, right? And it's media created around the hype of Wemby and all of these type things. But since the media creates the hype, the media, in my mind, and it's not really a shot at Wemby. I had a problem with I don't know what I was doing out there as it refers to basketball. I think he could have worded that differently. I think he could have said it's an adjustment, just from the games. But at the end of the day, this is the NBA Summer League. 90% of these guys probably won't have NBA careers. So this is supposed to be less competition than France, I would like to think. So at the end of the day, it's basketball. He got crammed on. It happens. But I just didn't like his response to it. But the media is creating this hype around Wemby, right? But the media, I don't know, praising that quote just threw me off. Like, I didn't like that. Like, it was, I think it was supposed to be.
Seth does not, he has a very thin line for soft shit. Like, you gotta go out there and stand on your shit. Nah, he always been like that, people.
Just come up and say I played. It was a bad performance, but I'm gonna pick it up next game. I'm still learning the shift, the transition between France basketball, and even with it being summer league, NBA, the pace it's a little different. But I'm gonna pick it up, and things gonna turn around. That's all he had to say. And I guess it's cultural differences and things of that nature. But I hated that, bro. And I feel like every star gets and I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna speak my mind. Every star gets coddled except for LeBron James, and it pisses me off because if this was LeBron, bro, it would be all. You say he's getting compared to LeBron. Think about what LeBron was being compared to with MJ, but he still had to perform. When he was in Cleveland and he got swept by the Spurs. It was oh damn. Not he's young. Let him adjust. It's his first trip to the finals. So. I just want the same energy given out to those, you could have a bad game.
Yeah, and LeBron's going to be that, I'm going to use your word here, that anomaly. I think, LeBron's going to always be in that light to where, like, I feel like he just has that group of people, this group that just wants to see him fail, that there's nothing he can do. They don't care that the man is going to be 40 years old, averaging fucking 28, 7-7 in the league. Like, bro, the shit he's really doing is like unprecedented. So it's like, before you even compare guys to
it's not
to
fair.
LeBron, let them get they gotta get some hardware on their resume because one, they don't fill none of the shoes or check none of the boxes. The scrutiny, the hype, the living up to the fucking hype. And still checking boxes, bro.
That's
everything
the hard part,
that LeBron done went through, like,
because that's the hard part. And I don't want to make it about LeBron, but with Wemby, with any young prospect that's going to be compared or held to this high standard, it's easier to, with no eyes on you, right, to work hard and perform. But sometimes only certain people are built for this. When the whole world is looking at you, everybody's eyes is on you. Expectations are so high, and you still deliver. a championship, let alone 3, 4, 5, or 6. You know, it's a little different path. So I'm not a in that box of hating on Wemby or wanting to see him fail. I don't want to see nobody fail at all. But I just think, like you said, let's cut the soft stuff out. If he plays bad, he plays bad. We're not praising bad performances. You know, we're not. The learning part, okay, you still got to learn, absolutely. But you had a bad performance. You got dunked on. You shot like 10% from the field. And then you said, I don't know what I'm doing out there. That's a bad trio. So, you know, just come out, man.
Great follow-up, though, with the 27-12, and I forgot what else he had.
Yeah, we did this before that, so I could gave him more.
You know what's crazy, bro? Is he's going to have this because, and I stated this earlier, because of the media, bro, he's really going to have this following of guys that he's going to have to live up to a certain standard to based on his performance. Because I've been seeing this floating around a lot, and it's been pissing me off, but they've been comparing him a lot to Bobo. Now, Bobo's a phenomenal athlete. I don't know how good his work ethic is from, you know, what I was reading up on and stuff like that. I don't think he has that dog in him just yet. But if you look at their games are not really comparable. Their physical traits, yeah, but like I see a lot of times Bobo's very sloppy. He doesn't look real polished. His decision making, his IQ, getting lost in the rotation, like it was a lot of things that I expected Bobo to have coming into the league that Wemby already has. And I just wanted to just elaborate on that a little bit. Because I just seen that was floating around. I think Wemby's more comparable to Chet. Like I'd rather compare those two because I think Chet is a dark horse to win Rookie of the Year this year. You know, he's done put on a little bit of weight. He's been looking good in summer league. And you know, them rookies that sit out that whole rookie season, they always come into that second season with that chip on their shoulder. Got a very scary OKC team,
and they get a chance. And they get a chance to adjust into NBA life without playing. Like even though you don't get a chance to step on the floor, you're used to the travel to a certain extent or the preparation or being in these NBA facilities and going through that whole transitional period. That's why I think, you know, you hope no one gets injured, but sitting out that year kind of gives you a little bit of a step forward than the rookies coming in that incoming year. But that was a perfect segue, bro, because I wanted to talk about Rookie of the Year. And if you had to put your money somewhere, who you taking for Rookie of the Year? Is it Wemby? The odds aren't the best, but
I think Wemby's going to be a favorite. I think Wemby's going to be the favorite for most of the season.
He is. He's a favorite now. I'm just trying to find this.
I don't want to see him get injured, but you know how these things go at times. I would say Wemby the favorite, but I have two dark horses to win Rookie of the Year. One's going to be Chet. And the other one's going to be one of the Thompson's twins. I was very impressed from their summer league debuts. As far as like IQ, passing, seeing the court, you see flashes of like what Lonzo was doing when he first came into the league with the that throw ahead pass, those passes over the top. They're making great NBA reads, and they don't look forced or rushed. They got that 6'7" frame. Very athletic. I could see one of those two sneaking in, even if they finish like top 2 or 3. I could definitely see one of the Thompson twins sneaking in there and maybe getting a Rookie of the Year. How about you?
I agree 100%, bro. I think before I give you my guy who I'm going to bet on, Amen Thompson for Houston. I thought his game, he got hurt.
He sprained his ankle.
The two guys I have, I'm going to put money on, both got hurt. You know who my other guy, you know who my guy is. But Amen, his game, like you said, his offensive versatility, his frame helps him. It's like you see some guys that's has the height or the length, and they don't know how to. It doesn't fit the game. You know what I mean? As well, I think the way he plays, being 6'7" and with having the length, like you said, allows him to play make at a higher ability, have the offensive versatility, and even defend a little better than expected. I think at the next level, just with his length. So I think he's going to be really nice. I think him and Scoot are going to have the best rookie years, bro. I think Chet will be in there too. But as far as true rookies, I think Scoot Henderson is just explosive, bro. Like I'm expecting, and we talk about expectations, but this is my personal expectations. I expect Scoot to have that kind of Ja Morant, Derrick Rose, Russell Westbrook type of game and impact early on. And I think if he develops a jump shot, because that's really the issue with those three guys, right?
Jump
that's
shot
why
look
I'm
a little
putting him
streaky.
in it. It is. And that's something he needs to work on. But that's the issue with those three guys. Derrick Rose didn't have the best jump shot. Ja Morant couldn't improve there. Russell Westbrook is still trying to improve there. But if he can, somebody's going to overcome that, and be that explosive and develop that outside shot. And I've seen him working with Dame and Steph. And if I'm Portland, I'm trying to get Dame out of there and have this kid, give him the keys early. And I think Scoot can win Rookie of the Year.
I like it, man. I like it. Definitely, if they definitely get Dame out, I think they're in similar situations. Not to like a highest extent. I know Portland's about to move off Dame, but the Rockets is an interesting team because I'm interested to see how much time Amen will get because they obviously going to start Fred, but you still got Kevin Porter Jr., you still got Jalen Green, so are you going to get lost? Do they get lost in that rotation? Or are you going to go more 3-guard lineup out there? Maybe slide Dylan Brooks down. Jabari Smith's been playing fucking phenomenal.
I was about to say, bro, Houston's going to be fun to watch, bro. Jabari Smith and Keegan Murray, take them out of the Summer League ASAP. They good. They good. They good. They don't need to play against us.
Nah, at all, man. I think this Houston team is gonna be very exciting, man. I don't in the beginning of the season, I can maybe see them at like a 5-2, 6-2. Just off the random, playing off energy. You got Fred's in a new situation, and I know we're gonna preview the Rockets more as the season approaches. But you got guys that like Dylan Brooks. He got that chip on his shoulder, trying to reinvent himself, figure things out down there. It's not bad. Jalen Green's been looking good this offseason. So, and I feel like we're in a day and age with the NBA. I'm not saying NBA championship, maybe not even playoffs, but I think a lot of things is wide open. In the era that we in right now, especially with teams being healthy and stuff. So,
I agree, bro. It'll be interesting, man. I want to see how these young guys perform. Wemby, I think, is going to be a good player. I don't know about this generational talent personally from the eye test, but I think he's going to be really good. I can see like a career 17, 11, kind of like I can see him being good and possibly being a 2, like a Paul Gasol career, which is a great career. But that's my expectations for him. If he, exceeds it.
Mine's a little bit loftier.
Who you got?
I think once he figures the offensive side, but the thing about Wemby, his defensive impact is already there. Like he's blocking the threes, he's hedging out on the screens hard.
True.
I think get guys like that sometimes they be scared. You get guys in his frame usually be scared to like bang down there or scared to get dunked on, but like he's right there with it. And I think once he get to his spots, like you seen it a little bit in that second game. Oh, catch, one dribble, pull up. You can't block that. Oh, catch in the lane, hurry up, turn around, pull up over the top. Once he's figuring out and get to his spots, and he looks a little slow. Not as swift as I thought he was gonna be moving. But I think once he gets the pace down, give that man one off season in the weight room, bro. What my brother June say? First game, he taking Wemby for 35 threes, 3 blocks, 12 rebounds.
Tell June bet with me. Tell June whatever you want. I got him.